from the Pure Joy Kitchen Cafe in Bend, Oregon. And I'm making cheesecake today, so Kate and I thought, let's show everybody how to make a cheesecake. You guys want to learn how to make a cheesecake today?
Yeah!
Thumbs up if you do.
Yeah!
Okay, so here's the crust. I already made the crust. So what's in it is sunflower seeds, and what I do is I soak and dehydrate my sunflower seeds first. There's a cup of sunflower seeds, a cup of coconut shreds, and I kind of powdered them in the blender. And then there's coconut sugar in there, about 3 tablespoons. Some Irish moss paste. What Irish moss paste is a seaweed that I turn into a gel, and it's great like in your crust to make it kind of more gummy and hold together better. And then there's also like things like a little pinch of sea salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon. I like to put mesquite in mine, like 2 tablespoons of mesquite powder, because the mesquite makes it taste like a graham cracker crust, along with the cinnamon, which is about a teaspoon. And that's about it. And then you puree it all up. And then what you want to do, get a close up here, when you're doing the crust, you want to use your fingertips and really your hand and get that whole cheesecake pan filled in. And I like to use sunflower seeds instead of walnuts because a lot of people don't eat nuts. And since we're doing so many of these at the cafe, we want to keep our nut content low. So dehydrated sunflower seeds work really great for a pie crust. Almonds don't work as great because they're too crumbly. So I really do like the sunnies. I haven't tried pumpkin seeds, but those could probably work as well. Sesame seeds would get bitter too quickly, so the sunflower seeds are kind of like the logical seed choice. So I'm just getting it nice and evened out. And then I can set that aside. I can put it in the fridge or wherever just while I'm making the filling. So that's done. And I'm going to grab Caitlin's towel. Okay. So I've got macadamia nuts for my cheesecake, 1 1/8 cups. You could use cashews if you want. If you do use cashews, I recommend soaking them first and putting maybe a tiny capful of hydrogen peroxide just to clean them, and then rinsing them well. And then we're going to put in 3/8 of a cup of Irish moss paste. So 3/8 is an 8 times 3, so it's a quarter plus an 8 if you need help doing the math. But I have a metric blender cup, so I don't need help. I just go to 3/8 of the cup, which is an 8 times 3, so 2, 4, 6, right there. It's also known as 6 tablespoons. That's easier for you. You learn a lot of math when you're making food. I'm going to grab a spatula and just scoop that Irish moss. So the Irish moss paste, you can keep this in your fridge for a couple weeks, and it's a great thickener for smoothies. We use it a lot here in smoothies. We use it in our pie fillings. We use it in a lot of stuff. The next thing we need is some water. 1 and a 3/8 cup of water. Pour that in, and then we need a quarter cup of either honey. If you want to use coconut sugar, you can, but I want this to be a lemon color, so I'm going to use honey. If you're not a honey user, you could use Lakanto sweetener, which is our sugar-free white sweetener with erythritol. But I'm not using that here at the cafe because we do have some people that come in that don't do well with sugar-free sweeteners, and my gut doesn't really like it anymore. So I'm better with honey than I am with, like, it's a real whole food, you know. And we get our honey from from Willamette. It's a local honey that's really high quality. They're really nice to the bees, so I feel good about it. We need more bees on the planet. The next thing we need is some stevia powder. Now I use stevia powder as a booster. So what a booster means is you're not sweetening the whole pie with stevia. You're just doing a little bit to up the sweetness. And nobody, even people that don't like stevia, don't even know what's in there because the flavor of everything else just covers the stevia flavor. They also need a little pinch of salt, probably about a 1/16 to an 1/8. And then I need to put in some lemon juice because this is a cheesecake. It needs to be lemony. So I'm going to put a tablespoon in now, and then I'll put another tablespoon in later. You'll see what I mean by later. And that's just going to give it a nice lemony taste. And then we need some kind of drops of essence. Now, those of you guys who know me know I'm really into the medicine flower essences. You could use strawberry, you could use blueberry, you could use vanilla, you could use raspberry, you could use kiwi, whatever flavor you want. There's all kinds of flavors. But I'm going to use a lemon flavor, and this one is actually essential lemon oil that I mixed with avocado oil to kind of dilute it. So I'm going to use probably about 15 drops of, it was like a 20-to-1 dilution, so a little bit of lemon oil and the rest avocado oil. It's a great way to dilute your essential oils. And the reason you do that is because you only need literally 1 drop of lemon oil. It's too hard to measure out 1 drop. So the next thing I need is some lecithin. Now this is our non-GMO soy lecithin, Premier Research. I like this company. Some people have tried the sunflower lecithin, but it turns everything brown. And I just don't feel like it's good quality. This is a nice, beautiful yellow color. Lecithin, for people that are vegan and don't eat eggs, it coats the myelin sheaths in the brain and all over the body. It helps soothe your nervous system. It's a really important food. So just because it has soy in it, don't overlook it. It's a very important food in your life. You could try sunflower lecithin if you want. I just don't like it. Half cup coconut oil, which I think I have here somewhere. Oh, can you? Thank you. Got it right here. So I'm just going to use the metric wonder cup again. These cups are great because you can push the oil or the honey out really easily, and it's just a great way to measure all kinds of things. You don't have to have different sizes of cups to measure. It just pushes out. You don't waste anything. And then that's the last ingredient. So now we're going to go over to the blender and blend this up. You know what I think I want to do, because this is going to be a lemon bar? I want to put a little bit of my turmeric in. Turmeric is a great food coloring. So let's put a little bit of that in here first. So like a, I don't know, maybe about a half a teaspoon. You want to see inside there? I just sprinkled some in.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, baby. All right, and then these are our high-tech blenders here at the cafe. Just push the number 2 button and it just does its thing.
Steve Factor so hard.
Hi, Steve. That should be good. Let's take a look. Beautiful color. Doesn't that look like a lemon bar, like a lemon chiffon color? So now we're going to go ahead and pour. So I'm going to do a triple layer. I'm going to do a blueberry lemon bar. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour like about a third of this into the bottom of the cheesecake. And it's going to seem thin, but it's going to set up later, so don't worry. You want to tap it to get all those air bubbles out. And then we're going to take the other third, because I want it to be mostly lemon color, pour that into a measuring cup. And then I just leave a little bit in the bottom, not too much, like maybe a cup's worth, maybe a little bit more. And then we're going to put in some blueberries. I just have like a half a cup of frozen blueberries. They're kind of almost defrosted. So I'll put that right into the blender. I want to add a little more lemon to make it a little tangier, so maybe another tablespoon of lemon juice in this.
Or the
tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half.
The powder too. Lemon powder.
Oh, we have lemon powder. Thank you, Caitlin. So whenever you juice your lemons, wash your lemons first. When you juice them, then cut them up. Cut up the peels. Take all the pith out. Not the inside pith, but just the whole peel. Cut it up and dehydrate it, and then you've got this beautiful lemon powder. So I'll add maybe a tablespoon of that into the blender. See what it's doing in there.
Oh yeah.
Yummy. Looks good. And then what else do I need for the filling? That's about it. I just added extra lemon juice and some berries. And then I'm going to blend again for color. And let's see what color we come up with here. Blueberries are tricky because they're not really blue, they're purple. And I always want it to look a little bluer, but let me see what happens. Pretty nice. Doesn't that look good?
Yeah, beautiful.
All right, so now what we want to do, come on over here. We want to, we want to do like a little swirling in there. So like a little, like it's going to kind of go into the lemon part, but we're going to just do like a swirly and leave a little bit, tap it again, and then do some more of the lemon color. So this is really just about kind of layering it and marbling it in. And then I'll do one more layer of the blueberry. I want to make sure I have both colors in there. That looks awesome. I could also take like a little stick or a utensil and drag some of the colors around. I don't want to do too much because it starts to get muddy pretty quickly. But even just like that, just swirl it a little bit. Pull some of that blue out to the edges. Yay! So this freezes really easily. You can set it up in the freezer or the fridge. Just let it set up for a couple hours, and then that'll slice into about 12 pieces. You've got an awesome lemon blueberry cheesecake. So if you're here in Bend, come in and get a piece later today, because we'll have it. And we've got also, let me show you what else we have in the dessert case today. There's Hannah. Say hi, Hannah. All right, so these are our keto energy bars. This is like my proud brainchild. We took Priscilla's energy bar that we got from her, a recipe with chia and mesquite and maca and protein powder and sunflower seeds and walnuts, and then we made it into little circles with the metric wonder cup, and then we dunk it in our sugar-free chocolate. So these don't have any sweetener added except for a tiny bit of sweetener in the stevia in the chocolate outside coating. And then that outer coating we also make some love hearts with. That's just a stevia mesquite lucuma chocolate. It's about only a quarter of it is chocolate, the rest is lucuma and mesquite. And then these are fun. These are our cinnamon mesquite cookies here. And we top them with a macadamia or coconut frosting with cinnamon. So how would you describe the flavor of these cookies? They're kind of like
Gingerbread.
like gingerbread, and the frosting is awesome on there.
It's like cream cheese.
Yeah.
Cinnamon cream cheese.
Yeah. And then here's a strawberry cheesecake that Hannah made last couple days ago.
Pretty.
That's beautiful. And then we also are, so if you're here for the eclipse, if you're planning on coming to Bend, you've got to come in and get our eclipse moon pies. These are basically to mimic my childhood favorite of a chocolate cake on the outside and whipped cream filling on the inside, and they're filled with our sky high coconut whipped cream. And the outside is kind of like a conglomeration of our brownies with our chocolate clusters, but it's just like cake. And this is our bestseller at the cafe. So come in and see us. Thanks for joining me today. I'll try and be back more often to visit you guys. Try and get back on once a week. I'm going to a festival this weekend, so maybe I'll get on Facebook then. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.